Fuck you, Phillips. Okay. SHP 9600s. Now, the SHP 9500 is probably the most important video that's ever been put on this channel ever! Ever! So I should really take my time and really be concise with the SHP 9600s. They're not 9500s. The end. Well, here's the thing. It's been several years, and there was like the time span between these new ones and these old ones. This, by the way, is a brand new unopened box because in fact, that black package it looks like it's full of cocaine for Colombia. It's two other brand new SHP 9500s because at some point these disappeared off the internet, and I was like, I have to have them because these are the default. These are the default get. It's like, hey, what headphones SHP 9500s? All right. Literally in the comments below, raise your hand if you have SHP 9500s, and then raise your hand again if you got them because I told you to get them. These are great headphones. And so coming out with like anything, it says 9000 series and it doesn't say 9600 until you get to like there, is ballsy. It's ballsy. It's like taking it's like taking Schindler's List, the quality of that movie, and then making Schindler's List 2. Probably wouldn't be as good. So in that aspect, I kind of respect what Philips did. And I think it's back to Philips. There was another point where Philips lost it, and then Gibson bought like the rights to manufacture Philips headphones, and then they fucking fucked up and went bankrupt. And there's a lot of history here, people. And I could tell you sitting at this desk, having burned this in the burn-in setup and having this running here, and this is, by the way, the original pair. I know because I have the mod mic thing here. This is my original pair of SHP 9500s, like the OG. That these are not, they didn't take this headphone and say, let's improve it and make the SHP 9600s. What they did is say, let's take a brand we have, 9500, SHP 9500s, SHP 9500, and we're the SHP 9600s. And they've taken a lot from the 9500s. But I also think they took a lot of the criticisms people have. Like, people love the 9500, just love it. And then, but they listen to only the people who complain about, oh, they lack low end and they're not warm, they're a little bit harsh and cold, and there's a spike at 6000. They took all that and made these. But I don't hate them. In fact, I welcome our new SHP 9600s. But are they 9500s? No. What they've done is they've separated the sound quality, the sound signature of the 9600s enough from these that you could actually own both. It isn't one of those situations where it's like, oh, you have this headphone? Yeah, let's improve it, we'll make the next version, and then no one needs the old headphone. SHP 9500s, Philips, better still be sold. Because if you want a bass light, very accurate, slightly sharp, open sounding, wonderful headphone, SHP 9500s. 9600s, however, have low end, gasp. They have mid-range warmth. They take away a little bit of that treble detail, just a smidgen of it. I mean, you can't have a warm suited headphone and a sharp headphone and then have that be exactly the same. They keep the pads, which is going to probably upset some people and make other people very happy. They keep the headband here. They improve the clamp quite a bit. One of the things that a lot of people complain about is that, well, the SHP 9500 have no clamp and they just fall off your head. But at the same time, they sort of just float there. Putting these on, and this is the most worn-in pair of headphones that I own. They just rest on your head. I used to stream in these. Wear them for 5-6 hours straight. And I could see that again, because the pads are just huge, cloth. I mean, I've worn them out there. They're a little done up. By the way, Cowboy Bebop, just that chill music. They just sit there. And these are actually clampy headphones. So if your original complaint for the SHP 9500s was they don't clamp hard enough on it's very hard to add clamp. I could take away clamp. I could do, well, it's, oh wait, did I just pop that out? I think I can actually pop that out. Oh yeah, look at that. So now that I've removed that, I could just, you know, manipulate this to sort of relieve that clamp, which I'm going to do, and then pop this back on. So now maybe it fits a little bit more like the original SHP 9500s, a little bit. There's a weight difference too. These are definitely heavier. There's a more substantialness to it, and it even keeps, wow, these fall apart when you do that. It even keeps a foam up here, which I pointed it out in my original review, like, why the fuck did they even fill that with foam? It's never going to touch your head, but it's there, and it's still there now. There's foam up here. The head strap, which apparently pops off with 2 plastic pins, boom, boom, goes there. Still has the numbered sides. They've done, actually, wait. This actually came down, had a lot of blank space, and you saw the number through the hole. And here, it's just the numbers here, and it goes to 6.5. 0, 1, no, it goes to 7. You just can't see the 7. They feel like 9500s. If you want a little more clamp, it comes with it. You want to get rid of it? I just showed you how. Or at least lessen it. I just gave it a little quick tweak. They still take a single 3.5 millimeter on the left-hand side, which means you can still get a V-Moda Boom Pro and still use these for gaming. One of the other things people complained about, and I really liked it, because fuck you people who complained about this, was the big L&R that was written on the outside of the SHP 9500s. They look stupid, Zio, so I'm going to color that in. Yay, but you know what? How many times I pick these up, I don't know which fucking side is which. I mean, you can kind of tell there's like an angle, but the L&R are written right there in those little bits that are popping out when I'm doing the headband adjustments. A little R, a little L. So maybe they look classier. Is this a classier look they've got going on? There might also be an optical illusion, but this grill looks slightly smaller. Doesn't say Phillips. No big, bold white lettering. They want real subdued with this. It says Phillips on top. But they're not like, Phillips, open acoustic architecture. Like, duh. We know what that means. But you know what the little thing I noticed is? And I talked about this in my original review, where they have this swing left and right. They still have that piece of protective tape here. After all these years, after all the design changes, they kept that so that if you swing this, it doesn't scratch the top.
Fill me up.
I knew Pasta would have to just bomb my whole thing. She's doing replanting, so shush her. I love you, baby. Shush for a second. I'm in the groove. So they kept it. If you don't know Pasta, check out my unboxing channel. She basically runs that place. I give her the content, and then it comes out. In fact, I'm going to link the unboxing channel, because people need to understand my first impressions are the most... Like, I'm giving impressions of everything here, but my first impression is on the unboxing channel, which that place needs more viewers anyway. I don't hate this system. It's different from this system. This was a perfect circle, and then it tilted back and forth. And this is like a weird egg-shaped long thing, and then it tilts back and forth inside of that. Why is that rubberized? That's weird. That's like a rubberized thing that goes all the way up to the driver. It says SHP 9600 in there. Oh, this is not the original cable, in case you can't tell. This is an SKW cable. It's actually the one I use for my T50s and Argons. Because the cable that Phillips decides to give it to you with it, I did this too, because it's fucking crazy long. It's like an 8-foot cable, and it terminates in 3.5 millimeter. It says Phillips on this side, and it says SHP 9500 on this side, and then Phillips. And I'm sure it came with a 1/4-inch adapter. I don't know where the fuck it is, but yeah, this wire is disappointing, especially for the added price, because these are like 100 right now. I think these are running like $130 on Amazon. And you know what's interesting? It's got 8 reviews, only 8. And you'd think that the SHP 9600s come out, it'd have 1,000 reviews in the first day. And I scroll down to the actual reviews, and the one customer image that I can see, can I view this image? Oh, is a dude holding it like this with the thumbs down saying, don't buy these. So Nathan really did not like them, because he gets into very interesting detail about what they're doing. But I think Nathan was expecting SHP 9500 Part 2. And this is not SHP 9500 Part 2. I have to get that into your heads. If you have SHP 9500s and you want the same thing but better, that's not this. This is a whole new headphone. This is, if I had to say what it is, it's like the X2HR Lite. Philips Fidelio X2HR Lite. And by the way, the Philips Fidelio X2HRs are around the same price. I had to open up, because here's the thing. The passage of time exists, in case you don't know. It's a thing, I know. I have a calendar, it shows it. And when these came out, the only thing I compared them to were the HD600s, because that's the only thing that, well, when these came out, I compared them to HD600s because they had that like slightly bass light, really clear, clean highs, and slightly narrow. That was it. HiFiGuides.com, which is a site I run with DMS, which will help you buy headphones in the future. Well, these will be on it. But when you go to the category of if they're neutral, V-shaped, bright, or warm, these are warm. These are they are a completely different signatured headphone than the 9500s. And looking at the categories now of what you can buy for the same money or roughly the same money, X2HR, $145 apparently last time we did the price updates. Fucking HD58X. Those weren't around when the 9500 came out. And the 58X are fucking phenomenal and share a very similar sound signature. And are $160. They're the SHP 9500s, marked as $60, by the way. Good luck finding them there. 4XXs probably sound more like this than those. And then down there is the Tigers, the Bear Dynamic Tigers, which I didn't bring down from upstairs. And if you really, really want SHP 9500 Part 2, it's probably the Bear Dynamic Tigers. That's more of this sound signature, but improved than this is. This is its own thing. And I don't hate it. I'm not going to give it the thumbs. I'm not taking this picture and posting on Amazon, because while I was a little bit thrown back by the new sound signature, it's not bad. Like this, as long as I'm here to explain it to you before you go into this journey, I think you'll be okay. Because no one was here to tell me about it. I have to tell me about it. But if I put these back on, and then I pick up my remote, and I shuffle, and every song is just Claymore OST. It's this. These are absolutely relaxing fucking headphones. They're not bad. They're not low quality. They're not uncomfortable. A little bit clampy compared to these, so I unclamped them a little bit. But no murderous treble at all. Zero fucking murderous treble. Enough low end and warm, like low end, like actual, like, oh, bass track, low end, and then mid range that just is there. Where these did not have that. I don't think I ever actually sat down and relaxed with SHP 9500s. Since then, my tastes have changed quite a bit, but you couldn't do it with this. Here, even Gravity Kills One. Let's see, hold on. Yeah, this song, you know? I'm actually more relaxed with it than I would ever be with the 9500s. So now you have the option. Philips, I said, fuck you, Philips, at the beginning of this video. When I did that the first time, it was because Philips fucked up the curve. But now the curve's been so fucked up by so many things down the line that I'm glad that they did this. I'm actually happy. Because now they have a headphone that is basically the X2HR, but in this frame, which I think is more comfortable than the X2 and even the X3. X3 review is coming up after this. I got to talk about that thing, because now that thing has gone away from the X2. These are essentially replacing the X2HRs. And for $130, and for how comfortable they can be as long as you adjust them, you could kick your fucking feet up and just... Yeah. There's still a quality to them that I expect from Philips. It's there's a little more soundstage. It's more depthy. I don't know how the fuck I'm saying. It's more depthy, but sounds sound larger, weightier. Things are moving slower. They're not as aggressive. These are a relaxing, fucking nice set of headphones. And if you just don't think about them as, well, they should be 9500s, and you just think about them, well, they're this own thing. Oh, yeah. Radio Gaga from Queen. The low end, like the drum is like, imagine the openness of the Ship 9500s, but with actually good low end and mid range. It's a completely different headphone. It's a completely different headphone, and I love it. I'm not freaking out like I did with the 9500s back in the day, where I think I had a trap in the wallpaper. I'm not sure. Yeah, I didn't know that either. So it was like, whatever, she had nice boots. He had nice boots. But I've been doing this long enough now, since the 9500s, that I could appreciate if there's a sound change. As long as they do it right, why would I complain? It's kind of, the only thing I could reminisce to is like, no, the new Mustang fucking SUV. Like, everybody knows a Mustang. Everybody loves a Mustang. Mustang. Now they're trying to make Mustang a brand on Ford. If you didn't know this, this is happening. They're trying to make it like the Mustang brand, and the Mustang brand will have an SUV, and then will have a compact car. So there's a Mustang SUV that you have to know going into it that this Mustang SUV is not a Mustang. It's a Mustang flavored SUV. And this, going into it, is not the Ship 9500s. It shares a lot of the same parts, a lot of the same feel, but it actually produces low end and bass, and it has decent width, and it's warm and cuddly. Can you game in them? Sure. These were more of the go out shooter. I don't care about anything. I don't need low end. And these would be more fun. These are more fun or more chill, depending on how if you're excited by sounds, they're like, ee, this, and then you step up to the Tigers, or you step up to the, what else was in that list? I mean, Bairdynamic DT880 600 ohms, no. But 58X, I would call the 58X and the Tigers upgrades from the Ship 9500. But the Ship 9500 is so fucking cheap that, you know, you have to basically double your budget. These are probably the lower price range of like X2HR or X3, but we're going to get to the X3. I do love these. The sound demo actually is the worst of the bunch. I did the sound demos like 7 of them in a row, and I didn't like the way it recorded, but it doesn't matter, because it is just a warm, floaty bubble of sound, and I enjoy it. And it's only up to me to enjoy it. Then someone in the comments will say, hey, Zeos, I bought them. You're right. It's not the exact same sound signature as the 9500. It's something different. They only called these the Ship 9600s because everyone knows this, and they're using a lot of the same parts. They could have made this like the 8600 or the 8500, and that would have made more sense to people. Oh, the 9000 series is the Sharp series with the low end, with lacking low end. And then the 8000 series, because it was actually a Ship 8000, was like the bass heavy one that's a little more mid-focused and less aggressive. But they didn't. They called it the 9600. Everyone gets confused. Everyone jumps on a fucking train and starts screaming and pickaxes, and give them a chance. They're brand new. They're 130. When they drop to 100 in a couple months, and you pick them up, you're going to find the same thing I found, which is like, oh, I really enjoy sitting down and just listening to these. Music, games, movies, TV. A lot of times I wouldn't use these for a lot of that other stuff. It would be like very specifically like lightweight. Okay, go out. Good, I could hear all the detail. But maybe I want to relax. That's when these come into it. There's nothing else I could say. Give them a chance. Give them a chance. I'm not screaming fucking shill Zeos, shill the shit out of him. Because Philips did actually send me these. They sent me these in the X3s. And thank you, by the way, Philips. And I think you did a decent job. You're just marketing it wrong, and that's going to give people the bad impression. They're going to give you the impression that this is the new and improved. This is not a new impression and an improved version of this. They're completely separate categories of headphone. So as long as you know that going in, as long as you've watched this video and you know that going in, you know what to expect. When you get them and you put them on, it doesn't sound like your Shure 9500s, you'll be okay with that. Wallpaper, description, sound demo, description, Patreon and Subscribestar, description. Subscribestar and Patreon let you see these videos early. The $5 tier lets you see videos early, participate in the yard sales, which I'll probably hold on to these for a while to compare against other things, but other stuff. I've got so many 9500s now, I might as well throw a couple of those in the yard sale. It's half shipping international, free shipping continental United States. If you want to get in on that from the 1st to the 10th of every month. Ask me any questions you want on platform. Message me on Patreon or Subscribestar. I will eventually get back to you. $10 tier. Both supporter sites. $10 tier gets you into the private, behind-the-scenes Telegram chat, where if you want to complain to me directly, I'm in there with 300 other people who will complain directly at me also. Or they'll make me buy things like the Pi AS2, which I have to get set up, and then it's going to be a nightmare. Yeah. So thank you, Philips, for sending these. Thank you, people, for watching all the way to the end and understanding that, like, okay, Zeos is really hammering home. He's hammering home, boom, that these are not 9500 Part 2. These are something completely different. Tigers and the other ones. Hell, I would take... These are sort of like... I just took out a brand new set of KPH-30Is. I'm not going to start comparing against those. Those didn't exist when the 9500s came out. Or else that would have thrown my whole shit screwed way off. Anyway, I'm done. You download that. You got this. You're buying these. Maybe. Doesn't matter. Just know going into it, they're not 9500s. And that's okay.